First of all, I want to congratulate our men's soccer team, Coach Noonan. Really happy for those guys and proud of what they're doing over there. And then also our women's soccer team. I know they got beat, but man, what a great season they had. Just really cool to see the Paul doing well all across the board. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody here, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching. We all got a lot to be thankful for, and so hope everybody has a great week and gets a chance to enjoy some family time and reflect on the things that really matter and things that each and every one of us are thankful for in our lives. This is always a fun week. We kind of talk about it all the time. I mean, we have the season, and then we have South Carolina. It's kind of a season of its own, and really proud of what our team has accomplished this year. It's been a great ride and a lot of fun to see them compete each and every week. Proud of them for being undefeated at home for the second year in a row, and just a team that's been easy to coach. Great leadership. But all the things that we've gotten done this year are all in the rearview mirror. It's always about what's next. That's what we talk about all the time. In competition, it's always about what's next. Whether it's the next game, the next play, the next quarter, the next half, the next season. And that's just the mentality that we have. And, so next up for us is South Carolina, obviously. A lot of challenges offensively is for our defense getting ready for them because they've presented a lot of different things. Obviously, you've had two different coaches, different people calling plays, and they've done a lot. I mean, we've seen everything from the midline to the zone read option, empty, power. I mean, you name it, we have seen it. So it's a lot to get ready for with these guys, and they got some good players. Pharaoh Cooper's as good a player as there is in the SEC, and as good a player as there is out there in the country. This is a dynamic guy that they're gonna make him touch the ball a lot of different ways. Whether it's the wildcat, screening it to him, throwing him to it down the field, reverses, you name it. He is a heck of a football player. I think only needs like 100-something yards to go over 1,000 for the season. Got 7 touchdowns. Wilds is top 20 running back in the history of the school. He's had a ton of experience. Williams is a great player. Sean Carson's a good player. They'll play all those guys. I think Perry Orth has a good understanding of what they're trying to do in the passing game. Jarrell Adams is a big old giraffe running down the field. Man, he's long and can fly. I mean, he's a problem in the passing game. They've done a nice job of trying to get him the ball. He's made some big plays for them, some big plays. So they got good players. Good up front. We got a lot of respect for them. Defensively, a ton of depth in the defensive line. I don't know that we've played anybody this year that has played as many guys. They've played 12 guys, every bit of it up front. They are 3 deep at every position, and they play them. They've played all those guys at some point, and got some mixture of different things as far as what those guys can do. I think they're good at linebacker, and in the secondary, they've I think gotten more aggressive down the stretch and have been able to make some plays. Everybody wants to talk about last week's game, but that was one game against the Citadel is a good team, and they're difficult. They're difficult for anybody to play. I promise you, they've done a heck of a job down there. But this is a team that went to Texas A&M, played a 7-point game, had a chance to win it. Went to Tennessee, 3-point game, had a chance to win it. Had Florida at home, had a chance to win it. So we've got a lot of respect for these guys, and bottom line for us, it's the next goal. We got a chance to achieve another goal on our board, something that's important to us, and our focus is on finishing strong. It's just that simple. Having a strong finish and really just trying to play the best 4 quarters of football this Saturday. Just put our best 4 quarters together. That's what we want to do, and continue to improve our team and again, just, accelerate through the finish line. Health-wise, I think we got, pretty good shape. We're going to have about everybody, all hands on deck this week. So look forward to, having a good week of preparation. We got off to a good start last night. Today and tomorrow are really critical days as far as really, getting the game plan, put in and dialed in. And we'll head down there on Friday and get ready for a great game. Any questions?
Ray McLeod looked okay at practice.
Yeah, well, we tested him yesterday, and he looked good from the testing that they did. So we'll kind of ramp it up a little bit more today. Crowder was he got back in practice and actually rep. So, but we're going to kind of take it another step with Ray today.
Wayne Gallman in his position right now.
Looks great. Looks great. Could have played Saturday.
Wondering with Coach Spurrier not on the sidelines, is it any different for you personally going into this, and do you have to game plan any differently? No.
I mean, I guess it's different with him not being there, but that's been a while ago since that kind of all transpired. The difference from a game plan standpoint is they've had different play callers and different schematic things throughout the season. I mean, they go to Tennessee and they run in the midline. They've shown about everything. Like I said, from empty to just your traditional ace personnel running the zone and the power, to running option football to wildcat. I mean, it's a lot to get ready for. That's the biggest challenge.
From just a personal standpoint, is there even any small part of you that's going to miss having Spurrier over there? You guys had some fun with this rivalry over the years.
No, I mean, I'm not worried about South Carolina. I'm just worried about playing a great game. I don't get excited about the opponent's coach pregame. I'm dialed in on just getting ready for the game. I'm going to miss Coach Spurrier just from a college football standpoint, because I think he's one of the best that's ever walked the sideline. And but he'll resurface somewhere. He'll still be a part of the game. I don't have any doubt about that. But our conversations were always short and brief. So I don't think that's a real big deal at all.
You had any of the 1981 guys around the program or not come up and talk to you about any of the mirroring factors here that you?
No, not really. I mean, those guys have been around the program, all the time. I mean, Jeff Davis is on this staff, and we've got different. Perry Tuttle will come around every now and then. I mean, those guys are kind of here and there. They work our camps and things like that, but nobody this season that's just kind of come in and talked about that. I mean, it really it's about what these guys are doing right now from week to week.
Talk about how it's always the next opponent, whoever that is, but this is the only opponent that has its own clock running in an office, and it's the only one that has its own specific, goal listed up there. I mean, do y'all treat this one different year round, or is it just this week? Yeah,
not from a preparation standpoint. We don't do anything different. Never have. We do the same thing on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday for this one that we do for Florida State, Notre Dame, Wofford. We don't do anything different. We have a plan, but this, as I said, is a season of its own. This is one that you live with every day. Other games, you win them or you lose them. It kind of go. Moves on. You move on quickly from it. But this is one that you carry with all year long. Just a little bit. I guess maybe a little more juice to it than just a normal game. But as far as a preparation standpoint, it's the exact same, with the exception of we do have Thanksgiving kind of squeezed right in the middle of it.
In terms of your players, do you get the sense that this game is extra special to them?
Our guys understand. They get it. You just wait, just lose it. You'll realize how special it is. Unfortunately, we got several guys that have lost it. So they understand. They know this is a big game for everybody.
When you said that this has been an easy football team to coach,
I imagine you're always to some degree balancing, enjoying the enthusiasm that the community has for an undefeated season so far, and the idea that, you only have to slip off task one Saturday for everything to, everything you want to accomplish fall apart. I just wondered how you strike that balance, and also what it is about your team that you like when you say they're easy to coach.
Yeah. Well, one thing I tell our guys all the time each and every week is we're never going to let one game define us or one moment. Let's play the season. I talk about that all the time. We'll put everything we got into that game, and that's why when we come in every week, regardless of the result that we get, hey, we move on. The people in the world out there, they don't move on. But we move on. Regardless. I mean, we don't sit around and live in the victory till Thursday or Friday, because if you do that, you're going to be a very inconsistent program. And we don't sit around and wallow in the misery either. We move on. That's just what we do, and that's the culture of our program. But that's why we've won 20 out of 21. We've been very consistent, whether we've had a disastrous loss or a euphoric win. We just treat it the same. And our fans don't, but that's why, they're fans. I mean, this is what we do every day. It's all about what happens here. We have success on Saturday because of what happens Sunday through Friday. And this team has been easy to coach because of the leadership that we have. And because of the past success that we've had, the culture that is here. These guys, had we lost a game somewhere along the way, I wouldn't feel any less about our team. If we were 10-1 or 9-2, the ball can bounce funny ways sometimes. Bad things can happen. I love this team. I love our guys. I like how they prepare. And, they practice the right way. They believe in what we do. They care about each other. And it's just fun to come to work with them. Our best guys are guys that are committed. And so that kind of sets the tempo for everybody else. But, this is a team that I think coming into the season, not a lot of people thought we would maybe be where we are. And at the end of the day, you look at we don't have a single offensive lineman starting for us that started last year. We have 5 new starters, including a true freshman at left tackle, and started another true freshman at right tackle last week. And we don't have Mike Williams, who's the best receiver in this league. We hadn't had him all year. And then you over on the defensive side, I think 10 of those guys from last year's defense, went on to the NFL, and then you lose Corinne Wiggins on top of it. So not a lot of expectations from outside people with this team, but this team has been hungry from day one. They've been hungry. It's been a lot of good leadership mixed with, and again, what a lot of people don't understand about our team, they just look out there and say, oh, well, Clemson's just winning or whatever, but we're like the 3rd youngest team in America. We've played 28 freshmen. We got 40 freshmen. This is a very young football team, and what I like about that is that there's been this enthusiasm and kind of hunger to go with the experience, and we've had the right type of leadership to kind of help pull it all together week to week, and then our coaches have done a great job, and it's been a lot of fun. It really has.
Coach, you mentioned earlier that you live with this result year round. I'm wondering, how has this past year been different since you snapped the losing streak, and do you feel differently coming into this game having won a rivalry game?
Well, I prefer this past year. It's been great. Listen, it's been great every year, to be honest with you. I just. If there's one thing we haven't done a good job of in our program, we have not been we haven't done a good job with that goal. But you got to give the other team some credit too. They had a heck of a run and earned it. And we had opportunities in a couple of those, and a couple of them we didn't. But I don't. Again, I'm not defined. My happiness is not defined by a football game. Unfortunately, some people's happiness is, but not mine. I don't live my life that way. My happiness is defined by, my relationship with Christ, my health, my family's health. That's what that's what I draw my happiness and peace from, not a game. Put everything I can into my job. I want to win every game, always have, always will. But no, when we've lost this game, I haven't walked around miserable the whole year. And, now some people have, and some people were nicer to me this past year than they were the other years, but that's their problem. The IPTAY circuit, some people were a little nicer. Maybe some people didn't say some of the bad things behind my back or whatever, but, really no different for me, to be honest with you.
You've taken teams to Georgia, you've taken teams to Auburn, Virginia Tech. What is it about Williams-Brice that the atmosphere is what it is, and do you just tell the players to embrace it?
I mean, road games are road games. They're hard to win. Especially when you go to a place that's got a tough environment, and they certainly have that down there. They do a great job of supporting their team. Their fan base is passionate about their team, and but it's just that really can't have anything to do with the game. I mean, we have to play well, regardless of whether we're at home. As I tell them, when we play here, yeah, the crowd's great, but if we don't play well, they ain't great. We have to. It's everything working together. So it starts with how you play between the lines, whether you're at home or on the road. And we've been a good road team. We've been a team that has been able to win, different ways. And this will be a big challenge for us for sure. Because, again, it's a tough environment. They do a good job. But our job is to go play well. And hopefully if we do, it won't be very loud. But that's only if you play well.
Do you find that Deshaun gets extra fired up during rivalry week? Since a couple of years ago he had said he doesn't ever want to lose to South Carolina.
Yeah, he said that in high school, as a comment, and I guess that's one of those things people hang on to for life or something. But, he's only had one rivalry week. So, I mean, I think Deshaun's fired up every week. He wants to win them all. And I think he's won them all except one. He knows that this is a kind of a season of its own, just like the rest of our team. But he doesn't want to win this one any more than he wanted to win last week, and that's just the way it is. I mean, I want to win them all. I don't want to say, okay, well, I really want to win this game, but I kind of want to win this one. We just don't operate that way. We have some fans out there. We do have some fans out there. Boy, if you go 1-11, but win that right one, hey, I'm with you. No, you're not. No, you're not. From a coaching standpoint, we want to win them all. And same thing with our players. You work too hard, behind closed doors, and, when everybody else is kind of doing their own thing in life, but, we're preparing, and it's a lot of time and effort and energy to get ready, and the fun's in the winning. So, we don't want to lose to anybody. We want to beat them all.
In your attempt to compartmentalize everything and try to have a standard routine, I'm guessing